Yo guys, what's going on? I'm super excited to bring you a Diaboromon Armageddonmon total badass deck profile for you guys. This is a deck based on the new cards out of Battle of Omega and some of the older Diaboromon support that we've got. This deck's never really had its chance to shine until now. We finally got Armageddonmon, who's just an absolutely crazy monster of a card, a rush level 7, a level 7 that can attack the same turn it's played. And anyways guys, this is a very preliminary build, right? These cards are brand new, but I think there's lots of cool combos and sweet interactions that you can pull off with this deck, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how. So let's get into it. So for the level 3s, we've got the new Caramon. This Caramon reveals the top 5 cards of your deck whenever it is played, so that's already a plus. It's the top 5, not top 3, and it's a potential plus 2 because you get to add any Digimon with unknown, unidentified attribute type. I don't know, whatever it is, but basically all of Diaboromon's cards. You got Caramon, Chrysalimon, Inframon, Diaboromon himself, as well as Armageddonmon searches all those cards, as well as Arata Sanada. This guy is the new Tamers straight out of Battle of Omega. We're getting a lot of the Digimon Cyber Sleuth Tamers from the set, so it's super cool. And he basically it supports this whole archetype and supports the whole deck, so I'll get to that guy in a second. And then of course I'm playing the other Caramon. This guy, I can actually use his effect multiple times in a turn, and it's just super cool. So whenever another Digimon with the same name as this card is played, you get to draw one. So that'll typically happen when you're spawning your Diaboromon tokens, when you're playing those guys for free off of the various effects, and you get to just draw a bunch of cards. And then for the other rookies, I'm playing 3 Toyagumon and 2 Chumon. Chumon just because that memory restriction effect is pretty sweet, and Toyagumon just to dodge some annoying effects, maybe like retaliation, or just protect your guys from being ran over by battle, because Diaboromon's not like super strong. Well, one of them's 10,000, the 4 cost is 10,000, the other one's 11,000. But anyway, so Reboot's just a useful ability, I think. And then for the champions, of course, Chrysalimon. Now, this is a new one. This Chrysalimon is amazing. Well, first of all, we've got the when Digivolving effect. If you don't have an Arata Sanada Tamer in play, you get to play him from your hand without paying the memory cost, so that's super sweet. Gets you your free Tamers. Now, it doesn't actually work if you already have him in play, but, you're just really just trying to get to it as fast as possible. But the best part about this card is the inherited effect. So any time you play a Digimon that has the same name as this Digimon, so ideally, you're building up until your level 6 plays with Diaboromon, anytime you play a Digimon with the same name, it gets Rush, so it can attack the turn it's played. So that actually applies to tokens as well. So if you've got this guy underneath the Diaboromon, you spawn a token, that token gets Rush immediately, and you can spawn tokens very easily in this deck. So that is just an absolutely fantastic ability. It really takes this deck to the next level and just lets you push very aggressively. And then for the other Chrysalimon, he has an effect where whenever you do play a Digimon with the same name, you gain a memory. So both of these effects work off of the whole token generating thing, so it's just really sweet. And then aside from those guys, I'm playing 5 blockers actually. I did really want to try out the new Shademon. He is a security blocker, which is the first worst thing in the game. Basically, he has a security effect. If he's hit in security, you get to play him for free. He is a blocker. He's only 5,000, and he can't actually attack. So I still think it's a pretty balanced card, but yeah, pretty interesting overall. And then we've got the 1 cost Dark Tyrannomon here for a cheaper alternative. And then for the ultimates, I'm playing just straight up Inframons, all 3 of the Inframons. So this is the new Inframon. First of all, you get to Digivolve straight from Caramon into this guy if you want to, for just a 4 Digivolution cost, ignoring its requirements. So I think that is referencing how in Cyber Sleuth, I don't remember exactly, like I played that game a long ass time ago. I think like Sanada's Caramon Digivolved into this without going into Chrysalimon, but you guys, if you know, please correct me. But anyways, that's awesome, as well as his on deletion effect. You get to play a Diaboromon token. And then we've got this Inframon, this is the BT2 Inframon that reduces the Digivolution cost of a Diaboromon by 1. So that makes all of you guys pretty cheap. It makes the 3 cost 2s and 2 for a very solid effect for a token generating effect is awesome. And then we've just got 1 Inframon who has the D-Digivolve effect whenever he is played. I think it's still a pretty useful card, and I just like it as a one-of. And then for the Diaboromons, of course, for the level 6s, this is the new Diaboromon out of Battle of Omega. Whenever he is Digivolved, you just get to play a Diaboromon token. So that is super sweet, and not only do you just get to play it for free, but, if you have something like this guy or this guy underneath them, you get to profit off of that. So that's awesome. Tokens are really like the core to your strategy here, right? So then you've got that effect. And then you've got the BT2 diaboromon who, you know, when you're attacking, you play token as to when, you know, as opposed to when you're digivolving. So you got 6 token generating megas, and then all turns, if he would be deleted in battle, you may delete another diaboromon instead. So that is nice because he is pretty weak. 10,000 is not the strongest, especially for a 4 cost. But he does have the layer protection, which is not once per turn. So if you have multiple diaboromon tokens, you can protect him multiple times. And then we've got just one of the security attack plus 1 diaboromon. I think this one is definitely the best, but you could, you know, mess around with the ratios. I'm liking this so far. But yeah, being able to get security attack plus 1 just inherently, first of all, right? He counts himself, and then if you have multiple other diaboromons, or if you have tokens, he gets another additional check for each of those. So that's super sweet. And then for the boss monster for the level 7, we're playing 4 Armageddonmon. This guy is, first of all, the artwork looks so insane. He digivolves from a black or a white, which, I mean, if you didn't know, Diaboromon's actually white, which is kind of weird because he digivolves from a black, but you're never going to be digivolving him because he has rush. He can attack the turn he's played. Now, he is a 15 cost, however, he is allowed to reduce the cost of himself by 12 if you delete a Diaboromon. So, you know, if you delete any of these guys, or if you actually delete a token as well. So that works so well with the tokens. And even if you do have to kill one of your own Diaboromons, if you have something like this Inframon, you get to just spawn another token immediately. So this guy, a 3-play level 7 with rush. 15,000 rush attacker is absolutely ridiculous. And not only that, but he has a very solid floodgate effect where all level 7 Digimons don't activate their when digivolving effect. So this is such a hard counter. I love this from like a lore perspective. It's such a hard counter to Omnimon, like both Omnimons, Omnimon Alter S, Chaosmon, Chaos Valder Millennium, actually like literally every level 7 in the game except Ragnalord maybe. No, actually it counters that too. Anyways, so this guy's just absolutely ridiculous. So just and I can't say enough good things. It really makes this deck like competitively viable, I think. So that's as far as the Digimon go. And then for the Tamers, I'm playing 3 copies of Arata. He is super good because, first of all, he's only a 3-play, and he has like kind of a memory effect. It's not like the same where you start at 3 every turn, but if you have an unidentified type in your trash, which every single like Diaboromon support card isn't unidentified, so you'll basically almost always resolve this. You get to just gain a memory. But the amazing ability is whenever you Digivolve into Diaboromon, you can rest him to generate a token. So if you're, you know, Digivolving into any one of these guys, you just get to generate a token for free, immediately sets up for your Armageddonmon. So that is just super amazing. Easy because most of this deck is black. Keep in mind that these Diaboromons are actually white. Armageddonmon is white too. But anyways, just the 3 memory is good to have. And then just a couple of option cards. You can take these out if you want to, but I like Infinity Cannon. It can be a blowout card. Gets around some pesky cards like Millenniumon and Chaosmon Valderarm, as well as Laser Eye, Digivolve up to 2 opponent's Digimon. And then for the Digieggs, just playing for Tsumamon. Oh, also, I do have these tokens. If you're playing TTS and you want to find these, I believe they're on the Digimon subreddit, the TCG subreddit. Just search like Diaboromon token and you can find the images. But yeah, so yeah, that's the deck profile. Let's go ahead and get into some combos. Alright, so for this first combo, basically you just need to start with 3 memory, maybe something like Izzy's on the field, or you just happen to have 3 memory. Okay, so for the first combo, I'm going to show you, basically you just need to be able to Digivolve into Diaboromon, have this Chrysalimon underneath, you know, your ultimate over here, and then start your turn with 3 memory, maybe something like Izzy, or, you know, if you just had 3 memory to start with. But I'm going to show you the interactions between Arata and Diaboromon, as well as the Chrysalimon. So let's bring out this, you know, this Inframon over here, and then I have 3 memory, so I'm going to go ahead Digivolve into my Diaboromon, and then, you know, pay 3 memory, draw a card, and then what's going to happen is that I'm going to rest Arata, and he is going to use his effect where I can rest him and generate a token. So I'm going to grab one of these tokens over here. And at the same time, the Diaboromon also has a 1 Digivolving, you know, you get to play 1 token without paying its cost, so you get to play another token. So that's 2 tokens if you happen to have him on field. If you didn't, you know, that's still 1 token for free. And if you do have this Chrysalimon, you get to have Rush. So this is already 3 attacks with just, you know, a single turn of 3 memory. And that can be pretty devastating. And then let's say instead of the new Diaboromon, you have the security attack +1 Diaboromon. As long as you have Arata on the field, what you can do is you can go ahead, Digivolve this guy, draw a card, and rest Arata in order to spawn your token. And then now you've got a Diaboromon that has security attack +2, and this token happens to have haste or rush as well. So then now you'll be able to check 3 cards with this Diaboromon because it has +2 attack and then have 1 inherently, and then you'll be able to attack with this because it does have rush. So that is a total of 4 cards checked. Now let's say again you start your turn with 3 memory, but this time you've got Armageddonmon in your hand, and you've also got the new Inframon with the on deletion ability at your disposal as well. So what you can do is Digivolve into your Diaboromon, draw a card, use his effect, generate a token, rest Arata, generate another token, and then you could do a couple things, right? You could play the Armageddonmon for 3, destroy one of these tokens, or if you wanted to keep the same amount of Digimon on field, you could delete this guy, right? Trash him, and then play this guy, and then this Infamon's effect would activate, giving you another token. So still a total of 4 attacks. Now this one did actually, you did go over to 3 on your opponent's turn, but maybe if you already had the Diaboromon out, something like this, and you just had this guy in your hand, and this was already on your field, you could just straight play this. If you started with 3, you could just straight play this for 3, and then just go ahead and attack because it does have rush. So guys, that is going to be the video. If you did enjoy, it would really help me out if you liked the video and subscribe for more Digimon content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.